The Champions League quarterfinal second leg between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, 4-3, on Wednesday, April 15, exceeded all expectations, and produced a flood of stunning statistics. In the end, it will be the Munich side facing Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals, but this tie will be remembered for a long time. Bayern Munich secured qualification against Real Madrid after a truly wild match. For a week, Real Madrid kept insisting that a remontada was possible at the Allianz Arena. The defeat at the Santiago Bernabeu, 2-1, did not plant doubt in the Madrid camp, who had already turned their full focus to the Champions League after saying goodbye to La Liga. Despite the suspension of Tchouaméni and the injuries to Courtois, Asensio and Rodrigo, Arbeloa showed confidence in his starting XI, lining up Diaz, Güler, Bellingham and Valverde in a sort of 4-4-2, with Mbappe and Vinicius paired up front. He even made a bold call by starting Ferland Mendy, who had only played 258 minutes all season, tasked with containing Michael Olise. All of it took just 35 seconds to backfire. It started with a massive mistake from Neuer on his first distribution. The German goalkeeper misfired a left-foot clearance into a dangerous zone where only Güler was lurking. The Turkish midfielder struck first time from 30 meters, finding the empty net for 0-1 after just 1 minute. Real Madrid had already overturned the aggregate deficit, but only for 5 minutes. From a Kimmich corner, Lunin hesitated and failed to come out, gifting Pavlovic the equaliser, 1-1, 6th minute. The game then settled after its explosive start, though without calming down completely. Bayern, confident in their collective structure and dominance, took control of proceedings. They dictated possession and pressed effectively, while Lunin had to intervene on a Kimmich effort in the 27th minute. A first half of pure chaos. The Spanish side dropped deeper under pressure and threatened only on rare counterattacks. Yet it was Güler who restored Madrid's lead with a well-executed free kick, as Neuer failed to read the situation properly, 1-2, 29th minute. It was shaping up to be a truly extraordinary night. Bayern did not panic. They kept pushing. Gnabry had a chance, Stanisic too, both denied by Lunin. Their persistence finally paid off after a long attacking sequence. Kane punished poor positioning from Alexander-Arnold and finished a brilliant move initiated by Upamecano, 2-2, 38th minute. Bayern were fully in control against a Madrid side that was struggling to create danger but remained lethal on the slightest mistake. And once again, just before half-time, Madrid struck. After Vinicius hit the crossbar at full stretch, Kylian Mbappé finished a lightning counter-attack led by the Brazilian, 2-3, 42nd minute. The second half resumed with the same intensity. Stanisic had been replaced by Davies, shifting Lema to the right side of defense. However, Bayern struggled to find space and creativity, while constantly living under the threat of Madrid's speed. Mbappe's powerful volley, blocked by Neuer, and Valverde's attempt kept reminding Bayern of the danger. At that point, Bayern had lost their shine. The match seemed headed for extra time, until Camavinga received a second yellow card for holding onto the ball too long. Reduced to 10 men, Madrid collapsed under the pressure. In the 89th minute, Luis Diaz equalized, 3-3, before Michael Olise completed the turnaround with a spectacular strike in the 94th minute, 4-3, sealing Bayern's qualification for the semi-finals against PSG. And in the end, the Germans win again. Once more, history struck without warning. Once more, football reminded everyone that prestige does not score goals, that trophies do not defend crosses, and that legends do not run for players. Real Madrid fell. Real Madrid were eliminated. Real Madrid were humiliated in a match where pride was supposed to respond, where rage was supposed to erupt, where the Bernabeu spirit was meant to become a fortress. Instead, it was Bayern Munich who roared. Bayern who struck. Bayern who exposed what it means to be a hungry team. Final score, 4-3. Aggregate, 6-4. Curtain. And now, we must speak honestly. Real Madrid betrayed their status. Yes, it sounds harsh. But it is true. A club of this magnitude cannot exit like this. Not with so many defensive gaps, so much fragility, so much naivete in a Champions League quarter-final second leg. Bayern did not win by accident. They won because they played with intensity, conviction, and courage. Because they sensed vulnerability, and when Bayern smell weakness, they attack relentlessly. Real Madrid, on the other hand, played as if the shirt alone would do the job. A fatal mistake. Modern football no longer respects names. It respects intensity, pressing, discipline, concentration, courage, and effort. On every one of those aspects, Bayern was superior. Real Madrid tried to manage the game. Bayern came to kill it. That is the difference between a living team and a sleeping giant. Where were the leaders? Where was the control in the storm? Where was the composure when everything started to collapse? Too much silence. Too many disappearances. Too many players hiding mentally when the pressure rose. A great player is not defined against weak opposition. A great player is defined when the stadium shakes, when every touch burns, when Europe is watching. And in this match, too many failed that test mentally. Real Madrid did not just lose a match. They lost a battle of character. And that is far more serious. Tactical defeats can be fixed. Physical defeats can be trained. But mental defeats reveal deeper issues. How many warning signs were already ignored? Games narrowly won but disguised as dominance. Defensive weaknesses excused. Inconsistencies normalized. Until reality finally struck back in the Champions League. Bayern were that reality check. And now excuses will come. Referees, fatigue, injuries, luck, schedule. But no, excuses are what you place on the grave of failed ambitions. Real Madrid lost because they were simply worse. Less disciplined, less focused, less brave, less coherent, less decisive. We must also question the coaching decisions. What adjustments were made when the game shifted? Why did Madrid look like they were waiting for a miracle instead of controlling the chaos? Top clubs do not live on miracles. They live on structure. And when structure disappears, collapse follows. Bayern deserve credit. They played with classic German DNA, intensity, discipline, realism, and relentless pressure. They did not respect reputation. They attacked it. Madrid, meanwhile, looked split, disorganized, and exposed. And against Bayern at full speed. That is fatal. The most painful thing for fans is not losing. It is not seeing full commitment. It is feeling that the team had more to give but never unlocked it. A fan can accept defeat. What is harder to accept is emotional absence. Real Madrid must see this as a historic warning. Names are not enough. History is not enough. Past glory is not enough. What matters is hunger, intensity, and collective will. Bayern had more of all three. And now Real Madrid must rebuild. Not with excuses, but with honesty. With competition. With merit. With intensity in every training session. Because European football does not wait for anyone. Bayern are in the semi-finals. PSG awaits. And Real Madrid are watching from afar. A painful image for a club that believes it belongs at the center of Europe. But sometimes, falling is necessary to understand you were standing the wrong way. This defeat can become either a poison or a cure. The choice starts now. Work or excuses. Revolution or comfort. Truth or denial. Hunger or satisfaction. Bayern were ready. Real Madrid were not. And in football, believing without proving always ends the same way. Elimination. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and share.